So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is another one of kind of games played by some of the better players out there in World of Tanks. This is Jutsler, we'll call him Jut, and he's driving the tier 10 German heavy tank, the Maus. Now, a lot of talk at the moment around whether the Maus got too much of a buff in the last patch. So in 9.17.1, yeah, it got some serious buffing. DPM alone went up by 500. Reload time was drastically reduced. Rate of fire increased significantly as a result. Accuracy got better. Aim time was reduced. All sorts of really good stuff. And as a result, you actually see loads of them on the battlefield now, which you never used to. Nice shot. Look at that shot on the enemy Maus, right under his lower plate. This is an assault game, obviously on Siegfried line, and Juts is just bulldozing forward. He's using the huge armor on this thing to bounce shells. He's bouncing shells from his counterpart, who doesn't seem to be able to use the armor quite effectively as he does. Look, he's got a side of... I thought he had a side of the turret there, but didn't manage to. But look at the rate of fire. This thing is just boom, boom, boom. Took a hit there from an object to the right. But he's going to shrug that one off, because this thing also got a buff in hit points. It's now got 3,200 hit points. He's loaded up premium, aiming for the side of the... side of the cheeks of the turret. Generally fairly weak on this thing, but didn't manage to do it. He's platooned up with an object 140, not really having much success. He'd almost be better off reloading HE here. He has loaded APCR. Don't think he really needed it, but hey ho, because as I understand it, the penetration got buffed as well on this tank. It really got serious buff, and there's been a lot of stories on various websites and forums about whether whether Wargaming are going to have another look at it, because maybe it's just been a bit too strong. The changes have just made it a little bit too good. I don't watch much esports, but I was watching briefly one of the esport games at the weekend, or end of last week, and amazingly some of the teams were actually using mice in that game, and it was extremely effective. Now, if you got the guys who are professional players also picking up the tank and using it, then it clearly has something to offer in these sort of games. And you know, when you got a combination of fantastic armor and an amazing gun that is now, look at the rate of fire of this thing. He has already done 2,400 damage that we know of. Got one kill, that WZ132, who just didn't stand a chance, getting smacked. And nobody's threatening him, so he can just blast the producers out. He is firing premium, which I don't agree with at all, but hey, that's what do you expect of some of these Super Unicum type players. They seem to fire gold all the time. Anyway, Mo. So he's carrying on forward. He's decided to leave those guys alone. He's heading into the town. The side of an Emil there. Bang, straight into him. He could just fire a normal shell there, and that would have gone through the Emil. Emil's still there. Is he actually AFK? I'm wondering whether he might be. No, he's fired. So he's obviously just not paying attention. Yeah, he's going to die for it though. There we go. He's down. Nice shot straight into the side of his hull. Now he's moving on the OHO. Oh, come on, guy. You do not need premium to fire against an OHO. Yeah. So I wasn't going to feature these games because I don't like featuring games where the guy's just constantly firing premium all the time, because to me, you know, it doesn't show us any kind of skill. But the reason for showing it is primarily because, as I say, this discussion around players of whether or not the Maus has been overbuffed, and I thought this was a really good example of it. So he's done 1,400 damage. He's blocked 2,000. He's got into the cap. There's an E100. So again, didn't need premium there. That was a side shot into the back of the turret, back of what would be the turret on the E100, and he's still rolling forward. Should really be tracking him. He's fired. He's only got 8 rounds of APCR left now. But he's just milking that E100. Absolutely milking it. But his team are losing. It's 5 plays 8. He dodges that E50 shot. E100 is almost down. But it's just, this rate of fire is just ridiculously quick. Look at the speed of the you know, how quickly he reloads and goes for it again. It's quite scary. Really is quite scary. Got the rear of the fender, takes him down again. Still firing frigging gold. I mean, yeah, why? The grill is using gold against the grill. Ah dear, but you know, he's done 7,000 damage already in the game. He's got 4 kills. But he's running out of teammates. There's a Scorpion G who's got virtually no chance of doing anything to him. There you go, bounces the shot. Still got premium loaded. Takes him down. Down to his last round of premium. So 11 plays 10. His team are still losing. The bat chat up there. Looks like he's coming around to have a play with the bat chat. Bat chat's taken out our bat chat. And he finally missed. Right, so he's on to regular shells now. Having worked his way through a huge amount of APCR. It's been tracked in position. Doesn't need APCR to go through the front of a Jag Panther. And now he can bully him. He's been shot in the rear by the bat chat, but the bat chat isn't actually making any significant difference. It wasn't until he actually turned that the bat chat got a bit more of a flat angle and was able to damage him. So he's lost his platoon mate in the Object 140. It's just him and oh no, it's just him now. So him against 3 tanks. Can he close them down? My mods are not showing up defenders, so they're the grey boxes if you're interested. The tier 8 grey boxes. Now he's got a real problem because the mouse is a very, very good tank now, but the problem with it, it does not have always set. Oh my goodness. The turret is very slow to rotate now. He's got an STB-1 behind him, and he's got real trouble now. Because the mobility of these things are going to really give him a hard time. But look at the fast reload. Even being surrounded by these guys, he is able to swing round, and because his reload is so quick, he's able to take down or put a big shot into the STB-1. But he's in a real predicament now. He needs to, yeah, he's trying to track that guy there. Nice shot again. Being worked over here, but look at the rate of fire. He's still able to even, I mean, now he's in a bit of trouble because his ammo rack's gone. Needs to get rid of one of these guys, which he does. It's just the remaining objects, him against an object. Object has his rear, puts a shell in, tracks him again. The object's just working him over here. Without that ammo rack, he's in real trouble. Tracked again. Object's trying to get below him. Don't want to be firing at his... Oh, 400 health. Can he finish him off? There's only less than a minute left and he's down. Taken down. So he got an ace tanker for that. He got Bruiser, he got Arsonist, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Radley Walters, Cool Headed, High Caliber, and a Top Gun, but he did lose. Finished top of the team, 10,917 damage and 8 kills, 1,016 base XP, 34 shots, 31 of them Penetrated 25, did damage for that 11,000 damage. He took 34 shots in return, only 9 of which penned him, and really those were all at the end. So he blocked 7,000 damage, below the cost. So he made a profit, or well, he made 147, nearly 148,000 credits. Plus he got nearly 8,000 for courageous resistance, I presume that is. But look at that, he just spamming gold or premium shells made him lose money, 31,000 credits and doing 11,000 damage. Yeah. So, and 2,700 experience in all. So yeah, I'm still mulling whether to show you this video, because I dislike games intensely where gold is just constantly spammed. I mean, he took out a grill, he took out a tier 8 tanks with gold, and he didn't need to at all. However, what I was interested about was just how fearsomely dangerous now the mouse is. In some ways it used to be a bit of a joke when you used to face it. It'd come into the battlefield and you go, oh my goodness, as long as you didn't run into it unexpectedly, you know, you could dodge it, get round it, take it out, track it, blah blah blah, depending on what you're driving, obviously. But that rate of fire is so ridiculous. 2,555 with just a 100% crew, and if you're better crew than that, you're going to be touching 3,000 damage per minute. The reload time 11.5 seconds now. Rate of fire, you know, it's doing over 5 rounds per minute with that big ass gun. That's fearsome. That is fearsome. So ultimately that's why I think I'm showing this video, is just the rate of fire change and the massive improvement of the mouse, and almost some people would say over improved. So here's the story on the Daily Bounce, talking about a lot of Russian YouTubers and contributors pointing out that they're beginning to get, these tanks are too powerful now, and you know, Wargaming listen to the Russian player base. They care what the Russian player base say, rather than the rest of us who just happen to finance most of the business. So we'll see what happens, but that mouse is a seriously difficult proposition, and to basically be, as he did there, run straight into an assault line, keep that gun firing. I mean, massive amounts of damage, 11,000 damage and 8 kills. Admittedly on a loss, and admittedly losing huge amounts of gold, but even so, just shows the power of the mouse, and the mouse is something to behold these days. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have they overpatched? Have they buffed these tanks or not? Is it just, you know, the consequence of all the increasingly good premiums that have been coming into the game, that the standard tanks have got to be buffed as well? I don't know. I think the mouse is quite scary, and when you're seeing 3-4, you know, some games, well, not 3-4, but in some games I've been in, you've seen 3 aside, and that makes it pretty hard if you're not in a mouse, or you're not in something really heavy, to be able to deal with them, especially if you come at them at Himmelsdorf or somewhere like that, where it's just or very tough to circle them and get round them. You know, if these things come bulldozing at you, all guns blazing, firing more than 5 rounds per minute at you, yeah, good luck. Anyway, let me know what you think. Am I overreacting? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'm overreacting, because I'm not sure whether I have an issue with it or not, so maybe you can help me out with that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click like and subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so. In the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. Gamerdom out.